Welcome back to the Raina's Kitchen. Nothing like starting your morning with a nice hearty bowl of porridge. Stay tuned. All right, let's get right into it. I am using 2 cups of raw peanuts. I'm also using about 4 green bananas, which is equivalent to, 2 larger bananas. I'm also using a 1/4 cup of sugar in the raw. I'm using a cup of 1-minute oats. I'm using evaporated and coconut milk, which is in there in the measuring cup. I'll put the description. I have my rose water. I have my vanilla extract, and I'm also using cinnamon and cinnamon stick. I also have, this is sea moss, Irish moss. I also have fresh nutmeg, and then I have in the other mason jar my condensed milk. Here's my cinnamon stick, which I'm adding to the water right now. I have about 2 cups of water in the pot. You don't need much water when you're making porridge, and just a little pinch of salt. All right, so first I'm gonna add my peanuts to the blender. I'm also adding my banana, which is already peeled and chopped up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add the 1 cup of oatmeal. I'm basically adding my dry ingredients first, and then I'm gonna go ahead and top it up with the sea moss. Putting about a cup of this moss in here. See how thick it is? I can't shake it down. I'm gonna have to use a spoon to get this down. I usually make it and store it in my refrigerator. I can add it to my smoothies or taste nice in porridge. So just make everything nice and healthy. All right, so using probably about a cup of this moss. And I'm using the coconut milk, which I have about 2 cans of coconut milk and 2 cans of evaporated milk, because the peanut, the banana, the oats, the moss, it's very thick, so you're gonna need some liquid. And everything will be in my description box, so you can go ahead and try it, and I would love for you to tell me how you like it. I'm not a big cornmeal porridge person. I like the more heartier porridge, probably because that's how I was brought up. My dad was, he was a roots man, and he'll make all these different type of porridges. But so yeah, I'll drink cornmeal porridge, but it's usually the last one on the list for me. But I prefer, stuff like this. Probably because my father grew up with enough Rasta, so he was more like, that type of person. Okay, so I'm blending this probably about a minute or 2, the Vitamix, so I can get it nice and smooth. I don't like, even though it's peanut porridge, I still like it when it's smooth. It has a little texture to it, but it's still smooth. So I'm gonna add my mixture to the 2 cups of water, and then I'm gonna, let it sit. Actually, I'm gonna boil it or on low to medium heat. Let's say for about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. So we're gonna cover it up for about 10 to 15 minutes. We're gonna come right back and you'll see how nice, and it's not gonna be lumpy or anything. It's gonna come out perfect. All right, let me just get all of this goodness out the blender, cause nothing now waste or nothing on dash way. Getting everything out of it. Too much richness in here for it to go to waste. Sometimes I'll even swish a little water in there, reblend it and dump it in. But since we're on a roll, I'm just gonna keep it moving. All right, let's get this pot covered up. And like I said, I'll see you back in 15 minutes. All right, so the 15 minutes has passed. See how it has nicely foamed up? It was doing this thing. It is now basically cooked. I'm just gonna add my spices to it. First, I'm adding my flavorful Rosewater Almond. I always pick up these when I go to Jamaica or someone's coming up, they know to bring me some Rosewater. It's something I'm never out of. Benjamin's, you can pick this up at any of your local Caribbean store. You can use any vanilla extract in your supermarket. So I love to spice up my porridge. There's other essence that you can add to your porridge. Also add in probably about half a teaspoon of this cinnamon. The others I probably use about a teaspoon of each of them, so the porridge can be nice and flavorful. All right, let me just mix it up so you can see the consistency. It's still nice and thick. It's not lumpy. Just a, you know, just right. And if it's too thick, you can always thin it out with some evaporated milk. Like I said, I don't like too much water in my porridge. Milk just make it nice and creamy and rich. So just add probably another can of evaporated milk if you don't like the thickness. All right, let me go ahead and grate this nutmeg into the porridge. I'm using about 1/4 of a nutmeg. See, it's down to the nub, not trying to grate my fingers off, but you know, just grate it with caution. And I'm gonna go ahead and add my sugar. It's optional. You don't have to add sugar if you don't want sugar in there, but you know, I still like a little sugar in my porridge. I don't over sweeten it because I don't want to lose the flavor of the actual porridge, but it's very rich and so tasteful. It's something that you're gonna love it. Please let me know in the comment section below if you try it, or if you've ever had peanut porridge or any other porridge you'd like to see me make, because in Jamaica there's carrot porridge. Okay, let me go ahead. That's a condensed milk. I keep my condensed milk. Sometimes I cut it. I just store it in a mason jar in the refrigerator. So I don't like to leave it in a can. So you could just store it in a mason jar, cover it up. It's always there. I do the same thing for the evaporated milk, because sometimes you don't use the whole can when you're making something. So you can store it in your refrigerator in a mason jar, and it doesn't go bad, because I know I'm gonna be using it within the week or so. All right, and once your porridge is sweetened, it's ready. Just go ahead and share a nice big hearty bowl. You can enjoy it with crackers. You can enjoy it with bread. You can just eat it by itself. I like it with both, depends on which porridge I'm drinking, but I have both bread and crackers on hand. So sometimes my kids want bread, sometimes they want crackers. You can, butter your bread, or you can just drop it right in the bowl. All right, so this bowl is for my son. He requested peanut porridge last night, saying, hey, mommy, can you make some peanut porridge in the morning? I'm like, sure. He likes his with hardo bread, so I already got a little butter on it. Stick it on the side and just enjoy. And I'm just garnishing this with some cinnamon stick, just to, see, you can stick it in there, take a picture, show me what it looks like. That's all that's for. All right, so this is ready to go. Everything looks great. This last bowl is with crackers. This is my bowl. See how nice and rich it is, nice and thick. All right, so please go ahead and drop some comments in the comment section. I'll also list everything in the description box. And I'll also, thanks again for tuning in. Thank you for my new followers and my existing followers. Thanks again for the love and support. Again, please hit the subscribe and that notification bell. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.